Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Box and Reviews and How To, and on today's video we're taking a look at a ultra cheap set of 7.1 surround sound headphones with built-in noise reducing microphone. This is the Sumvision SERAPH 7.1. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so in today's video we'll be taking a look at the Sumvision SERAPH, or I suppose you would say this is the Psyc SERAPH. Technically, Psyc is the brand, Sumvision is the kind of parent company. Some of you may have seen videos we've done on other Sumvision products, such as the Aries keyboard, etc., which you can probably check out up here. But this today is time for a headset. So this is the SERAPH 7.1, as you can see. Now there are some caveats to the 7.1, let's get that straight out of the way. So this headset connects in a variety of different ways. There is a traditional 3.5mm jack, which is split into the TRRS. There is also a USB amplifier, which comes with it as well. So you can plug it in to the USB amplifier, plug in a USB port into a PC. No other devices, just a PC unfortunately. And then you can take advantage of the 7.1 surround sound. Alternatively, what you can do is you can actually plug in a splitter, which is also included, which will convert the TRRS signal into a traditional TRS signal for separate headphone and mic jacks. So yeah, loads and loads of options, and you can probably work out, as it says in the top here, supports PC, PS4, Xbox One, and basically pretty much anything else which will take a 3.5mm jack of some sort. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's get into the specifications. We'll take a quick look at the box, see what it's all about, look at what we get inside the packaging, and then I've already done some sound tests. I actually watched a couple of movies yesterday, and also I've done some sound recordings today in OBS, so you'll be hearing that a little bit later on through the microphone, so you can get an idea of what it's going to sound like in voice comms, that kind of thing. And yeah, we'll wrap up by saying whether or not I think this is actually good value for money and whether it's a good buy. So obviously starting off with the packaging again, yeah, we've seen the front, we get the idea there, 7.1 surround sound headset. On the side of the box it goes into some of the details about the connectivity, etc. So you've got the jacks as we discussed earlier, virtual 7.1 surround sound, a built-in sound card, kind of amplifier thing, enhanced bass, and also noise and echo cancelling microphone. Now the noise and echo cancelling the microphone actually does work pretty well, as I found out from my recording a little bit earlier, but it is a little bit on the weak side. So even in OBS we did have the slider right away to the max, and still it's going to be a little bit quiet. I'll let you know actually when I edit the video how much of a dB gain I've actually had to add to get it to normalise to the recording that you're hearing now. Anyway, let's move on. So on the back, again, pretty much more of the same, talks about the remote control, etc, and what is included in the package. And on the other side of the box it goes into some of the specifications, so I'll put those on the screen large for you so you can read through those. But essentially you've got mic sensitivity of -42 plus or minus 3 dB. I think that is primarily where the problem lies. Having a -42 dB gain on a mic, that's a lot to be taking off of the signal, it really is. Really, I think that should be a little bit higher, but in turn, obviously doing that, it does remove a lot of the external stuff, such as hiss, noise, etc, etc. The cutoff frequency of the mic is 50 Hz to 20 kHz, so it's going to take out some of that low-end rumble as well. But on the other end of the frequency, we're looking at 20 Hz up to 20 kHz, which is pretty standard. 20 Hz is going to take you down into kind of pretty much some of those subsonics for your bass frequencies, all of which is delivered to you in a 50mm driver. So I think that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's take a look at the headphones and see what they're like. So this on the desk is pretty much what you get out of the box. So you get the headphones themselves, which have a captive cable, which is ending in that TRRS 3.5mm jack. And that is probably about 1 meter on the cable there, so that's fine. We'll take a look closer at those in a minute. We'll go through the rest of the accessories. So you get a plug-in microphone, which is a little boom microphone with a windshield on the end there, and it's one of those nice ones where it kind of bends around and it's pretty flexible. So if you're having an in-depth conversation, you can bend it towards you, and if you don't want to be kind of picked up, or maybe you're trying to eat some food or something, as we gamers often do while sat at our computers, you can just bend it out of the way and carry on throwing Cheetos down your neck. So also in the package you get the splitter. So again, as I said earlier, this splits into your traditional earphone and microphone jacks, and you just plug in straight into there. So that is going to be compatible with pretty much most devices on the market, front mounted audio on most cases these days, and obviously other devices should you wish to, just an old tablet or maybe a TV. Any of those kinds of things, you can use it with that if you wanted to. The really cool part of this is actually the USB powered amplifier. So not only does this have a USB powered amplifier, it also has a 2 meter cable as well. So 2 meters plus the additional meter or so on there. So you can have about 3 meters of distance between you and your PC, which is pretty cool. So if you're maybe sat back on the sofa or maybe laid back on your bed and you want to watch some movies late at night, then you should be able to do that without having to have any extension cords plugged in. The actual USB part of it plugs in with the gold-plated USB connector, as you probably guess, and your headphones plug into this section here. So this actually converts the normal signal into a 7.1 surround signal and also offers you some control and flexibility. So you've got a mute button for your headset, you've got a mute button there for the microphone, and also you've got your volume up and down levels. So yeah, pretty much everything you need. Again, if you are going to be using these for chilling out somewhat on your bed and you don't want to reach forward to your PC or your device to actually adjust anything, then you can use this handy remote, which is pretty cool. All the cabling itself is actually nicely braided as well, so hopefully going to be pretty snag free and should be quite resilient to things like cats trying to nibble your cables, which we experience on a regular basis here. Also included in the box is your usual cut stuff, so you get your instruction guide, which is very minimalist, and also there is a Sumvision support and helpline with a QR in there, so any problems at all, you can scan that or you can email them, that sort of stuff. So yep, usual kind of deal. So let's get back to taking a look at the headphones themselves. So starting from the top, you've got a really nice headband there, and it has got the Seraph logo or markings on the top there embedded, so that's pretty cool. You have a kind of memory foam section in here with a fake leatherette style coating. I would say if anything, the memory foam is a little bit on the tough side. It's not as soft as you get on some more premium headsets, but certainly it is going to pad your head. I don't have hair to pad mine, so yeah, a little bit of extra cushion in there for bold is pretty useful. Looking on the side, so we've got actually quite a lot of aluminium construction on this, so the actual arms going down through, those are strong aluminium, and also the actual outer side, these are sealed units, and that is a solid metal exterior on there. Then we've got the padded cups themselves. Again, the cups, I think it's using a similar sort of memory foam as what is on the top. The leather itself, or the leatherette, or the fake PU leather, whatever you want to call it, actually is really nice. And even watching something like Prometheus, which I watched last night for about 2 hours or so, and then listening to some music after, around about 3-4 hours worth of use of these, and they didn't feel hot, didn't feel sweaty. So they do a really good job of actually keeping your ears cool. The only thing is they are a little bit on the stiff side for some people, so depending on the shape of your noggin, you may find that the actual bottom part of the cup doesn't actually fully seal at the bottom there. So we'll put them on, you can probably get a good idea of what that actually looks like. So if we adjust them up, I can almost get my finger underneath there, so they're not fully sealing. There is a little bit of an echo that I can hear, but yeah, they are very comfortable. They don't actually clamp extremely hard onto your head, which is really nice. And again, it's fully adjustable on the top. Yeah, they are very comfortable, and the sound quality is something that you really do have to try for yourselves. I was watching Prometheus yesterday, and you often find when you're watching movies, especially if you're watching online movies, because they've generally been encoded in either 7.1 or Dolby Atmos or whatever the sound source is, for me, I always find that films really lack in the vocal clarity. They seem to be missing that central speaker for dialogue, so you get all the really loud booms and bangs and all the kinds of stuff that goes on in the background, but when you're actually trying to listen to those delicate things or actually listen to spoken words so you can understand what the hell is going on in the plot of the movie, these really do excel themselves. The sound profile is what I can only describe as being extremely clear. Now, I wasn't too sure if it was something that I was doing, or maybe I had the levels set wrong on my PC, but for me, certainly, these actually did improve spoken word amazingly. And I'm guessing it's down to the USB chipset. It seems to work particularly well with Windows 11, which is what I primarily tested it on. And yeah, if you're into watching movies, then these are going to be absolutely brilliant. The bass on them is very rounded and very natural. It's not overly inflated. It does say on the box that they've enhanced the bass. I personally wouldn't say it's enhanced in any way. It just sounds, well, normal. It sounds good. I like it. It's a really nice sound profile. The sound stage itself, if you're thinking of perhaps a band, I was listening to some AC/DC yesterday, and what you could get the vocals perfectly, and the instruments all kind of shone through in their respective places. None of it felt muddy or clouded or anything like that. It just felt particularly natural. And I really do appreciate that kind of sound profile. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So let's go back to the microphone part of it. So the microphone is actually detachable, as you can probably work out. There is a small little notch in the side there, so all you do is line this up and then plug it into the headset. So if you're maybe concerned you don't want people listening to your conversations, you can if you want to for complete security. Just literally unplug it and it'll be absolutely fine, and it doesn't look particularly weird without it. And actually it doesn't look particularly weird with it as well, which is kind of nice. And we probably should actually do the sound test now. So here's a quick sound test from what I recorded earlier, just a brief little test so you can hear what the plosives are like and what the actual volume levels are like. So let's go to that now. Okay, so here's the sound test of the Sumvision SERAPH 7.1 headphone set. Hopefully the microphone's coming through nice and clearly. Nice and easy to move the boom around. So you can move it right out of the way if you want to. I'm not too sure how that's going to affect the audio recording. I'll play this back after just to get a good idea. You have, of course, got the remote control, so I can mute the audio. So there is the microphone muted. You have no idea what I was saying. So hopefully it sounds pretty good. Let's try some plosives. So Peter picked a piece of pickled pepper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, hopefully that's coming through nice and clearly. Let me know what you think in the comments. Back to you, Mike. So there you go, there's a sound test. Actually, I think the sound quality, I'll probably need to listen to it a few more times actually, and I probably will do during the edit stage. But to me it sounded actually really, really nice. Very natural sounding. Didn't sound like one of those cheap webcam mics which we quite often hear, and it just sounds awful and compressed. Just sounds really nice and natural. Albeit it did seem a little bit on the low side. Again, I'll put on the video, or I have already put on the video, how much of a gain I had to put on there to normalize it to my normal recording volumes. So I think that's pretty much it. Overall, what would I say? For the price that they're going for at the moment, which is anywhere between £25 and £30 here in the United Kingdom, I think actually they're a pretty decent deal. And if any of you have watched or can remember watching, ages ago I did a review of the Rio Toro Aviators, which actually do appear to be a very, very similar design to this in a lot of ways. Also, even down to the remote control is almost identical. They sound possibly as good, if not slightly better than those, but are, at the moment anyway, a considerably cheaper price. So definitely one to look out for. I should as well say this was actually sent to us by Ugly Bob, as Ugly Bob often does these days, and actually I'm really glad he did. Sumvision is one of those weird companies where you often associate it with kind of, I hate to say it, but kind of cheaper trash products. But recently the keyboard we tested, the mouse we tested, and this headset have all definitely gone up on my expectations. So I'm almost feeling like it's time for Sumvision to kind of dump the Sumvision name and try something else, just to kind of get away from the products that they've done years and years ago, and maybe try rebranding and going ahead with a new name and a new line of products. So anyway, let me know what you think about these in the comments section below. Thanks again to Ugly Bob for sending these to us. We do appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching. Now, if you're wondering why there's a slight jump cut here, it's because there's something I actually forgot to say. As I was doing the review, these are totally unscripted. I do my research, I listen to them, etc., and the rest of it comes straight from my mind. But something I did actually forget to mention in the first part of the video. When I said I was watching Prometheus last night on the TV, well, on the computer, there's one thing I didn't mention about that experience. Yes, the audio was excellent, the vocals were fantastic, the bass, the crashes, and all that kind of space and sci-fi stuff was absolutely brilliant. But the one thing I didn't touch on was the actual loudness of this headset. If you like your headsets to be loud, this is very, very loud. Now, actually, I turn these up to around about 25%, which is more than what I would normally. If I was using a regular headset or most other headsets I review, generally, even the Bluetooth ones, I normally keep those around about the sort of 40 to 60% mark, around about half volume, for me to be comfortable and to listen to it, enjoy it, and to get that clarity. With these, 20%, 25%, absolutely fine for normal viewing circumstances in a relatively quiet room. There was things going on. The kids were in, the cats were in, the cat's chatting, she's got stuff on her computer as well, and they were absolutely fine. So when I did crank them up to 100%, they were ridiculously loud, almost to the point of you probably wouldn't want to listen to them at that loud for too long. But the good thing is, when you do crank the volume right up, there isn't any distortion, or at least none that I could actually work out. It just sounded the same, just heck of a lot louder. So if you do like a loud headset, this is probably one to put on your shopping list.